I'm talking with Thorsten Held, who's Managing Director of whiteCryption. Welcome, Thorsten.
Thanks, Richard. Thanks for having me here today.
Oh, my pleasure. So, start at the top with the encryption key solution that whiteCryption brings to the market.
Yeah. So first of all, whiteCryption is a software security provider. So our customers are in need for adding an extra level of security to their applications that can run on a mobile device or can run on an embedded system or desktop or server solution. We have two products. One is the secure key box, which is a white box implementation of standard crypto algorithms like RSA, ECC, AES. And we have another tool called code protection. Code protection is used for adding tamper resistance to applications. So it's code obfuscation, integrity check, anti-debug. So it prevents reverse engineering and tampering with applications.
So what was the genesis of these products? How did they come about in the first place?
So we have a strong DRM, digital right management background. So the majority of our initial customers are in need for securely protecting the DRM implementation. DRM is all about content protection, and you need to have a key, like an AES key, somewhere in the system which decrypt and encrypt the content. And we help customers to harden the DRM implementation. DRM is defined to the different DRM providers. So the solution itself, the technology behind that is known and defined. The content owners, like the Hollywood studios, they request some extra level of security, and they say, if you want to license my content, you better make sure that the DRM implementation is safe. So our key mission is to help DRM providers to hide keys in their system. That was the initial idea. And that's years ago, and we started off with that. Today we see that there are many other use cases, many other applications, like in the mobile payment space, authentication, secure communication with a device like a vehicle, a car, and some other contexts like medical or healthcare, where some, let's say, companies developing an application, but they also have to make sure that keys which are utilized in the system are never revealed in plain, and so we help them to achieve that goal.
So, and that would include smart grid deployments?
We're looking into this. I think that's definitely an interesting field, the whole, let's say, the broader IoT space.
Right.
We have customers utilizing our technology today, but mainly protecting software applications communicating with some devices. We're trying to have implementations which are actually running in the device itself, but that's the solution which we're working on right now.
So I'm familiar with the concept of putting keys into a separate hardware security module, or a TPM.
Sure.
How do you do that in software?
So we have a white box.
Writing out the equations.
No, I will not. I will not even not try. So the concept of a white box implementation is that you try to, even though somebody can look into the system and monitor what's going on, you have to make sure that nobody understands what's going on. So you can easily say it's some form of obfuscation, but it's not. I think obfuscation itself would not be enough. You really have to transform the keys into different representations so that even somebody's analyzing the system, reverse engineering, or trying to attack a system, that even they have full access to a device like a mobile device, that they do not see what's going on. So the black box, you have like a box, you don't see what's going on, you have some inputs, some outputs. You try to, by measuring, you try to find out what's going on inside the black box, because it's closed. Mm-hmm. The white box, on the other hand, it's an open black box. Mm-hmm. So you open the black box, you see exactly what's going on, but even though you can see what's going on, you do not understand what's going on, and you cannot modify or attack the implementation. So we require, let's say, or our customers are in need for a white box implementation. We achieve the white boxing by a mathematical model, which we've patented, and it's it's a code transformation method which allows us to represent keys in a different system, and so we can transform the keys so that they're represented in a different way, but it's a hard problem to reverse that. So transform it back to plain is not possible with known methods. Yeah.
So I can see how that would, in the extension of the DRM case to applications, video games, even cell phone communications. But would you feel comfortable using such a solution for one of the new, private communication, Proton email or Silent Circle phone, or?
I think first of all, we provide the solution. What our customers are doing with that, what kind of requirements they have, it's first of all up to them. So of course, we only can make recommendations, and how customers or prospects are, what's the intended use of our technology, is even sometimes completely out of our control. Sometimes we even do not know how customers want to use our technology, but is it recommended? I would say mobile payment, the only thing which can go wrong is that somebody steals some money, and hey, that happens more or less every day, I think. And if somebody's getting access to emails, that could be even more threatening. But we also have implementations of our technology in a medical devices context or in the vehicle context. And the only thing I can say is that companies who are utilizing our technology in that space, they are really looking into, is it secure enough? Is it is it not only fit for purpose, but can we avoid that attacks are happening? So come back to your initial question, is it good for this kind of applications? I would say it is applicable, but I would leave this decision up to the owner of the application.
Sure, but then because it's in software, it can be the application could be developed so it's hardware agnostic.
Yeah,
could work on multiple platforms, and anywhere the software can run.
Absolutely, I think that's a benefit. We just announced a partnership with Trustonic a couple of weeks ago. Trustonic is one of the provider of TE-based solutions, but our partnership, the whole idea is to broaden, let's say, the platform, right? So because many devices do come with some TE on board today, but others do not. And how do you close that gap? Especially if you talk about customer-facing applications, you definitely want to make sure that there's no limitation of use, right? So if you deploy an application, it's maybe not good enough to say 75% of my customers, or 55 or 65, whatever, can utilize this application on their device. What do you do with the others, right? And by combining like a TE solution with a software-based solution like ours, I think that at least gives you the flexibility to say, hey, this either that application or that feature set of the application can run on 100% of the devices. If you want to fine-tune that a little bit and say, okay, I only want to make this kind of functionality available on this platform, then that's possible too. I think, as mentioned, we want to give tools to our customers to enable them to do what they believe is the right approach, or what is recommended by committees or whatever. So, of course, we provide lots of consultancy, so we help our customers to understand the different options and cover the different scenarios. But at the end of the day, each industry has different requirements, and we help our customers in that space to achieve them.
Do you also provide the tools for generating keys and managing keys, revoking them?
Not for revoking or managing, but initiating and deploying keys. That's part of our solution. I think I mentioned, if not, we're part of something bigger. We are an antitrust company, and there are other antitrust companies who are providing this kind of key management solution. So, in case we need that, we can provide that to our customers.
Cool. And what's your go-to-market strategy? So you're global.
Yes.
So it's a direct sales model.
Right now, it's mainly direct sales model. We also signed up some reseller agreements with partners in the Far East, mainly China. We have partner companies in Japan and in Europe, and so we have several companies who are helping us in spreading the word. But most of the deals are done directly between whiteCryption and the customers. Yeah, it's a direct
And
model.
see that a lot of the customers would be big content creators and application developers. But what about a mid-sized bank that's creating a new application? Would they come to you?
They do come to us, but we also have partners, especially in the mobile payment space, companies providing a deeper integrated solution than ourselves. And I think that's key for most of these mid-sized companies, because they either don't have the expertise or the funds to develop everything themselves. So they are in need for a, let's say, deeper integrated solution. So maybe as far as that they only have to replace the logo on the application, and the rest is provided by our partner. But we have also, let's say, mid-sized banks or mid-sized companies coming to us and licensing our technology because it's part of their business model. Yeah. What does not work, and we see that more or less on a daily basis, of companies who are coming to us and do not know why they would invest into security. It's hard to convince them because we have a price tag, of course. It's a license fee, which is not. Again, if you understand the value of security and it's part of your business model, it's easy. If you just say, hey, I heard I need some security, do you have something? Then usually the result is no, unfortunately we do not. But there are other solutions providers who cover that ground, but it's not us.
So lately there's been in the news a lot of network equipment providers who hard code administrative passwords in their software. Should they be talking to you?
Yeah, they should. There are different ways to handle it, and sometimes we talk about legacy implementations, and even if you would obfuscate legacy implementations, let's say the attack vectors are slightly different, right? So if somebody's trying to identify what's going on in the system and they cannot see anything because it's obfuscated code being executed on that device, it's different than everything is in plain. Yeah. So the best, of course, would be changing the whole security.
Which they may have to, right?
Which they better do.
Yeah. Tamper-proof. Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure they will. The question is how long will it take, and we definitely can provide an interim solution which makes attacks much harder. But again, that's not the recommended approach.
Right.
We just see that you cannot say, hey, rewrite everything. That will be much better. For some companies, it just does not work.
Yeah. Well, this has been very exciting. I've learned a lot. Thank you very much, Thorsten.
Thank you, Richard.